my house.
Jindosh.
My home is always open. It's one of my great curiosities, seeing how the common mind navigates these shifting rooms. I'm Karen Jindosh, but you must know that. I invite you to continue, stranger. Just come up the stairs. Meet with me face to face in the upper hall. There you are. Magnificent. Now that I see you, I've worked out who you are. Not a hired cutthroat. Your clothes are too fine. An aristocratic thrill seeker? That's closer. You've trained with weapons formally, but you're not a salon fencer. There's a bit of back alley in your movements. All that, and only one man ever wore that mask, to my knowledge. Welcome, Royal Protector.
Obviously, you're pleased with yourself. Do you know why I'm here?
I'd assume my involvement with the Duke brought you to my door. Or maybe you're after washed-up Anton Sokolov, comfortably residing in the assessment chamber. Either way, come find me and take whatever it is you seek. But if you fall, I'll have your body carried to my lab for dissection and study. Until either comes to pass, your secret is safe with me.
I'll see you soon, Jindosh.
Until then. Clockwork soldiers, there's an interloper in my home. Before you stand an individual that was waking beyond my time. Okay, the Jindosh Clockwork Soldier. Marvel at the Clockwork Soldier's hardened metallic skeleton and razor-sharp blades. The miniaturized whale oil tanks are spread across the frame and hidden behind protective
Okay, return to routine operation.
visual awareness in the front and back. Auditory detection in case the head unit sustains catastrophic damage. My greatest creation. Sneaky, covert tunnel. Tricking the sensory inputs on my poor clockwork soldiers.
Somehow I got out of that alive.
It'll wake up on its own if a fight breaks out. They're blind, but they can still hear.
Creepy to know they might be listening to us. Can they understand what we're saying?
No. No more than an audiograph machine can.
According to the scales beneath the floor and my acoustic
You ready?
Like
Dead person in field of view.
you consider the Grand Guard personnel protecting me being quarried, but you get to back one of my clockwork soldiers. I anticipate your intent.
Combat protocol. Playback for unambiguous
Now
enemy.
that you're our last move, the last vision you behold is a work of synthesis in industry. The very pinnacle of adventure.
Machine has identified a lifeless body. Quarry lost. Complete. Playback indicates some detection without certainty. Playback indicates criminal profile.
You think at these prices, the man wouldn't keep us waiting.
He's only rotten.
You can charge. Successful.
That mask you wear is exquisite. I detect Piero Joplin's hand in it. He made it, didn't he? But not alone. There's another style.
Playback for combat protocols.
So even bystanders fall into your wrath when a tenacious monster horror. I'll enjoy dissecting your brain, discovering the poisons within.
Stop all that. Rear visual active. Triggering electrostatic discharge. Stand clear. Back-facing detection. Enemy at back. Enemy at rear playback.
Hello?
Playback for detection registered. Person field of view. This plays at summoning.
You're quite close now. I can't remember any other visitor getting so far. Do you feel pride? Anticipation. One of the finest views in all Karnaca.
Search playback. Playback for unambiguous enemy.
Visitor is another test for the Clockwork Soldiers. Each makes them better. In the end.
Combat Protocol 6. Playback for combat protocols. Switching to alternative playback indicates an older male. Okay, shut it down. Entering combat state. Okay, enemy encountered. Triggering electrostatic discharge. Stand clear. Playback.
That's it. Closer and closer. I'm waiting. At last, Lord Protector, you found me. You realize you're only the second person to set foot in this room, the most sophisticated laboratory in the Isles.
Please, try not to damage it.
Detection with playback for dead body detection.
Welcome to the final mystery, Jindosh.
Combat. Combat protocol. Playback indicates lost enemy. Playback indicates some detection without certainty.
I think I heard something.
Insert protocol. Combat protocol ceased. Quarry lost. Combat protocol 6. Unauthorized presence. Cooling down. Playback for combat protocols. Playback for unambiguous enemy. The machine has lost its quarry. Backfacing for detection. The machine is overheated. Shut down. This plays if the machine is successful at putting down a combatant.
No!
Insert protocol. The machine has lost its quarry. Reconfiguration reported.
Corvo. It would have to be you. Perhaps Megan came for you in Dunwall. But Jindosh...
Already growing cold. Don't try to move.
Well, that's the Corvo I remember.
The machine should begin scouting playback for dead body detection. At this point, the clockwork is scouting. Triggering electrostatic discharge. Stand clear. Enemy evasion successful. Switching to alternative tactical mode. Quarry lost. for detection registered. Running search.
You did it. How is he?
Frail and wounded, but he'll recover.
I didn't think it was possible. You must have a story to tell. I'll hear it back at the ship.
All right, the void again, but it feels different.
Surprised I can pull you into this place? The Outsider marked me long ago. I made you flee your precious tower and turned Emily into cold stone. How difficult for you. But when I was young, sweet Jessamine and I were close as sisters, sharing a secret. Emperor Kaldwin had another daughter, born in shame to a kitchen maid.
What's she playing at? Maybe how is the question.
I told you, dear, when you're older, not next year.
You said that last year. Jessamine is younger than me, and she's at court every day.
Isn't this, well, it's complicated. We'll understand someday.
What did I do? I'll be good. I swear.
Next year, I promise.
During the day, Jessamine and I played games in the tower. But at night, I'd go back to the servants' quarters to cockroaches and thin gruel. Emperor Daddy would visit and tell me if I was good. Next year, I'd be old enough to come to court to be a princess. Then one day, pretty Jessamine broke something worth a fortune, and the spy master caught us. She claimed I did it, and he whipped me in the garden house until I bled. My mother lost her kitchen job, and that night we were out on the streets with no place to sleep.
I didn't break it.
Would you like to tell me who did?
We were just playing.
Young Lady Jessie, what is your account?
It was her. Delilah's lie. She broke it.
Mother and I saw the nastiest parts of Dunwall, ending up in debtor's prison. Jessamine died quick on an assassin's blade, but my mother lingered for weeks after a fat guard broke her jaw. They threw me out when she died. I looked up at the lights of Dunwall Tower and swore revenge. Washing bedsheets in a brothel, I painted on the side, until Anton Sokolov took me as a student. That's the polite word for it. I was crafty even before the outsider marked me, and survived the worst the Empire could offer. Now it's your turn.
My mother's sick. She needs help.
Your mother kicked off while you were out begging. Here's another bag of bones now, girl.
What? No!
Your sentence is served and you'll be tossed out with the others. You can't stay here anymore.
How much of this is true, and how much is Delilah's warped imagination? When I saw what they'd done to Anton Sokolov, I wanted to hurt everyone who'd helped Delilah and the Duke of Serkonos pull off their coup. Sokolov is the man who made whale oil into a weapon, who turned back the plague, and now he's barely able to speak. The hands that painted the most powerful men and women of our time shake too badly to hold a spoon. When he does talk, he's going to give me a name, the next step along the way to Duke Luca Abel, then Delilah herself. A name. That's all I need.
Even in the void, if only I could do more.
Jessamine? Delilah's stronger now.
Am I to blame for Delilah's bitterness?
All this is her doing, and she'll die for it.
Our decisions have weight. I feel my time drawing to an end soon.
Anton, you've had 3 days to rest. Tell me how to kill Delilah.
They tortured him. His body is covered with bruises.
Delilah has the throne, and she has Emily. Anton, once we had you in a cage and you dared us to kill you, I need that man back.
Corvo, she's right. I can make electricity move from one side of the room to the other, but Delilah is beyond my understanding. When I came to Serkonos, I meant to leave everything behind. But when the assassination started, I couldn't ignore it. By the time Megan and I connected the murders to the Duke, it was too late. The Crown Killer came for me. It kept me alive from my knowledge that I saw things. Jindosh often had a visitor. Brianna Ashworth.
The curator of the Royal Conservatory.
Yes, Ashworth is dangerous. As obsessed with the occult as Delilah. Apparently, she's working on a device called the Oraculum.
There's more to her than either of you know.
If Ashworth is one of Delilah's lieutenants, I need to eliminate her. Who knows what this device is capable of, or what she's up to. Before I leave Serkonos, Duke Luca Abel and I are going to meet face to face, and he'll pay for all this. Delilah's powerful. How is it possible I haven't crossed her path in all these years? Jessamine's face has never faded from my memory. Could Delilah truly be her sister?
I painted that from memory, which is a tricky thing. But
Meet me at the skiff when you want to set out for the Royal Conservatory. We'll take the skiff. I don't want to bring the dreadful whale any closer than we have to. There is a small dock in Syria Gardens, close to the conservatory. That's as far as I can take you. Ready to go?
Yes, let's go.
There'll be a Grand Guard presence outside the Royal Conservatory. Inside, be prepared for anything. Ashworth runs with an eclectic crowd. They'll be the real danger.
Someday I'd like to know more about how you met Ashworth.
I know you would. Trust me. Ashworth is important to Delilah. Which brings up something else. You might be able to exploit the Abbey of the Everyman in removing Ashworth from play. Turns out the Vice Overseer in Karnaca has been watching Ashworth from a hidden outpost near the Royal Conservatory. Check it out first if you want more options. Remember, if she's still working with Delilah, Ashworth is a grave threat.
Thanks, Megan. See you soon.
The old Duke Theodanis outlawed Underwood export to protect the trees.
Can't keep track of all the decrees. My client's refurbishing a gazebo, adding an exotic southern touch.
I don't get it. When I went to Dunwood, I brought back a Rivercrest show to leave as an ashtray. Because it reminds me of good times. But what's the point of buying wood from a country you never visited?
Ladies.
What?
Oh.
Someone there. Oh, damn! Come on!
Acting up?
No. The technical officer came by.
I'm not impressed.
You are going to fight.
Ready? This shouldn't take long.
You. No use running. No way. Edgar, how did you do that?
I've got just the thing for you.
Take this, bastard!
Let's finish it!
Where did he go?
I'll kill you for that!
One of us is down.
Let me show you how I got my...
Chopper! I hit It's you and me now! What did the boy just happen? Bugger boy!
Ashworth is somewhere inside the Royal Conservatory.
Karnaca, my Karnaca, brothers and sisters of my blood, and all the little people who make this great city tremble.
Earth is shot. Something unsavory going on. I'm getting good and drunk after this.
A new empress sits on the throne in Dunwall. Our rightful ruler, Delilah Caldwin, first of her name. Mission confirmed.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Take it!
Wait for my signal!
Orally.
Hold still!
Abraham's dead!
You hide your face, coward!
Oh, protect your captain, damn it!
Come here and fight, coward! What's going on here?
Karnaka, my Karnaka, brothers and sisters of my blood, and all the little people who make this great city turn to the law. This is the Duke. You must all know my voice by now. Sits on the throne down the wall. Our rightful ruler, Delilah.
Someone tried to shoot me in the head! Bad move! You've been...
If they want war, we'll give it to them, no matter how many of you I have to sacrifice.
I hope they accept my transfer. I've got to get over to one of the other districts.
Need some help over here!
No use, run!
Oh! Damn it! I'll be telling this story at the officers' club later. Come back here! You won't get away! No! No! Protect your captain, damn it!
No mercy! You... No! I'm not impressed.
People of Karnaca, this is the Duke. Some of you have questioned the stricter mining orders. New tax levied by the Grand Guard. Let me answer all of this at once. Disloyalty, sedition, tolerated. Look at the man, friend. He's a patriot. Man who won't stop turning every bit of silver, shiny coin. I asked him to double the number of mine workers. He did it. No questions, no complaints.
Alarm! Damn!
Needed miners. Karnaca, my Karnaca, brothers and sisters of my blood, and all the little people who make this great city tremble.
What was that?
A new emperor sits on the throne.
You all right?
Are you all right?
Come on!
Finish him!
Karnaca, my Karnaca, brothers and sisters of my blood, and all the little people who make this great city tremble along. This is the Duke. You must all know my voice.
Is someone there?
A new emperor sits on the throne in Dunwall. Our rightful ruler, Delilah calls the first of her name. May she reign forever. There are some traitors who question her claim.
Yeah, the water gets nasty sometimes.
Hey! Come on! Let's finish this! Alarm! You're not... I'm hurt! My arm!
to heart wasn't enough to kill our new Empress, Delilah.
What's going on?
Over there. Oh, nice. That's a trick.
Now isn't this powers are a touch of the outsider?
Stayed in your boring somewhere else. Who's that? Come on, don't be shy.
How did Jindosh stop?
Who's there? Don't let him ruin our plan! No, my blood riot!
I'll flay the skin off your scalp. Your uses are old.
We'll bury you beneath no. Bravo, man. How do you want to die? Let's hear You're going first.
As if you could ever hide your face from me, Royal Protector. I see you there, back in.
I meant nothing to my fine family, beyond an advantageous marriage and years of childbearing. They promised me to a man 3 times my age who wheezed on about our wedding night. But a curious thing happened on the way to the altar, Delilah. From the first time I slipped out of the manor in the dead of night, there was no returning to my cage.
Jindosh was insane. How does this even work?
This here's been looking at her old journals in the Forbidden Archives. She's going to be cross.
I only had a bit of a peek. Brianna was busy with something elaborate just before Delilah came to Karnaca. I wanted to know what it was.
I'm teasing, Tarina. I read it too. Do you think Delilah really could have done that? I've heard the same stories about Paolo the Howler.
What you've heard about Paolo is not the same. He's a street orphan, full of tricks. But I have faith Delilah could do such a thing.
What? Knives to my will, I guess.
Ashworth's journal might tell me more about why Delilah can't be killed.